So the fettuccine Alfredo is ready. So I'm just going to be putting a bit of grated Parmesan cheese on the top. And I'm going to be adding some parsley. There you have it, guys. Our food is ready. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Efe and this is my kitchen, Efe Food Kitchen. In today's video, I'm going to be making a delicious Italian pasta dish called Fettuccine Alfredo. I hope I pronounced that right, Fettuccine Alfredo. So it's made with a different kind of pasta. So this pasta that I'm going to be using is called Tagliatelle. Don't know if you can see it. Tagliatelle. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be using some chicken breast fillets. I'm using king prawns, ready cooked king prawns. It's already been washed, but I'm still going to give it a rinse again and with some lemon juice in it as well. And I'm also going to be using Parmesan cheese. This one is called Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm not Italian, so the Italian people, they should be merciful. And also I'm using a bit of butter, but this one is slightly salted. I don't like the one that has too much salt in it. I'm also using onion powder, garlic powder. I'm using some black pepper, and I'm using a bit of chicken seasoning, and I'm using single cream. I'm using 2 of it because that's a small one. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. The first thing I am going to do is boil the pasta. So I'm going to put some water in the saucepan. And I'm going to leave that to boil. And when it's boiled, I'll add some salt to it and I'll add the pasta. So the first thing I'm going to do is grate this cheese. This is Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to continue doing this till it's all done. So I think I have enough cheese. That's it now. So that should be enough for Fettuccine Alfredo. So the next thing I am going to do is start on the chicken, seasoning the chicken and the prawn, which will be added to the pasta meal. So I'm now slicing the onions I'm going to be using for the chicken and the prawn. Try and cut it into small pieces, because that's what I'm going to use to brown the chicken, saute the chicken and the prawn that's going to go into the meal as well. So I'll continue doing this till it's done. So I've finished with the onions. So now I'm going to put that in this bowl. Then I'm going to rinse the chopping board, because I'm going to use the same for the chicken as well. So the water is boiled. So I'm going in with some low sodium salt, because me and salt are not friends. We're not friends at all. I'm adding some salt to this water because there's a lot of pasta. So I'm putting all the pasta in now. Remember, we're cooking our pasta half cooked, al dente. So it's not going to be fully cooked, because if it's fully cooked, it's going to be too soft when we finish the meal. So we're going to cook it halfway through. I'm just going to cover that. I'm not going to cover it through because of the starch. When it's boiling, it will start coming up. So I'll just leave it halfway like this and I'll come back later. So the pasta is boiling, so we can now go back to what I was doing. I've already cut the onions, so I'm starting on the chicken. You can see the chicken has been cut into strips already, but it's still big, so I'm still gonna cut it again. I'm still gonna cut it into, it's cut like this, but it's still too big. So I'm gonna cut it into smaller strips. So the chicken is cut. I've cut it into smaller sizes. So now this is, I'm going to push that to one side, and then I'm going to put the prawn. I'm going to wash both of them as well, the prawn and the chicken. So I'll go and wash both of them, both the chicken and the prawn, and then wash my hands, and I'll be back. So I've given it 3 rinses, but I'm putting a bit of lemon juice in both of them as well. I'm just going to let that sit in the lemon juice for 2 minutes to 3 minutes, then I will give it a final rinse. So as you can see, the pasta is cooked, it's al dente. I don't want it too cooked, that's too soft. Let me bring out one and see. Yes, see, it's not fully cooked. It's soft, but there's still a bite to it. I'm going to switch that off now because I don't want it to be too soggy. I'm going to drain it, but before I drain it, I'm going to take some of the pasta water out because that's what I'm going to use later. So I'm going to drain the pasta now. So the pasta is drained, so I'm going to take it out now and put it back in the pot. So I've put the pasta back in the pot. So as you can see, it's not too soft, it's al dente. And that's the pasta water that I took out, which I'm going to use at the end. So now I'm going to start on my chicken. The pasta is cooked, so I'm going to season the oil. So the first thing going in is some black pepper. I'm going to put that into the oil first. And the reason why I'm putting it into the oil is so it can release its flavor into the oil before I put the chicken in. The next thing going in is the char grilled chicken seasoning that has garlic in it, so that's going in next. So that goes in as well. That's about a tablespoon or so, I think, give or take. So next I'm giving it a stir so everything can be infused into the oil and combined. The next thing I'm doing is adding the chicken in. So now that the seasoning has had a chance to infuse in the oil, now I'm adding in the chicken, and that's gonna brown and cook. Now I'm going to add my onions. I'm going to make a well in the middle and add my onions. So I'm just going to let that cook until the chicken is well browned and cooked and the onions is soft as well. So now we are ready to make our creamy sauce. I'm going to put some butter in this pan. It's soft. I left it out of the fridge. I think that's enough. So now I'm going in with my 2 tubs of single cream. So that goes into the melted butter. So the first one goes in, and I'm going to be pouring in the second one soon. So now the second tub of single cream goes into the melted butter. So I'm just going to leave that to boil. And then we'll move to the next step. So now I'm giving it a stir. So everything is all combined and infused together. So we have to flavor this cream mixture as well. So I'm going in with some black pepper. And then I'm giving it another stir. So everything is all combined together. Making sure I reach all the edges. So everything, I don't want anywhere that is not seasoned. Next, I'm going in with my char grilled chicken seasoning that has garlic in it. I'll say about a tablespoon or so, give or take. So I'm going to be giving that a stir as well, so it's all combined. Next, I'm adding a bit of oregano. You can see the cream mixture is boiling. So now it's time to go in with my cheese. So I'm going in with most of my Parmesan cheese to thicken up the mixture, to give it a nice cheesy texture, and obviously seasoned as well. So I'm going to be combining that together, and as you can see, very soon the mixture is going to get thick, slightly thickened because of the cheese. I'm just going to leave that to boil. Let's taste for salt, because obviously, you know, cheese has its own salt, so that's why it's always good to taste for salt when you're using cheese, processed cheeses especially. So the creamy cheese mixture is done and it's bubbling away and ready, looking delicious. So now it's time for me to combine it with the pasta. So now it's time to incorporate the creamy cheese mixture into the pasta. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So that goes into the pasta. So now I'm giving the pasta a very good stir. Remember the pasta water that goes in as well to loosen up the pasta, and then in goes the chicken as well, and the prawns. So everything is going to be combined together, and our fettuccine alfredo is very close to being ready, guys. I'm checking to make sure all the seasonings is right and there's enough salt. And it seems I need a little bit more salt. So I'm just adding a little bit more. I don't know what it is about pasta and rice. They always seem to absorb salt a lot. So the fettuccine alfredo is ready. So I'm just going to be putting a bit of grated Parmesan cheese on the top. And I'm going to be adding some parsley. There you have it, guys. Our food is ready. So guys, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.